summary of last week. Now, are you ready to embark with me on a new beautiful story from the Quran? Yes. And that is the beautiful story of our beloved mother, Maryam bint Imran, alayha salam. Maryam, we're going to talk mainly about her, not about her son, although things are related. So, Maryam, please open chapter 19. Go to chapter 19. Zaki, welcome back. How is your friend? Alhamdulillah, better? And Zaki, how is Zaki? Zaki, how is he? You sure? Somebody is very happy. Sister is very happy. Very much. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Yalla, read with me. It's okay. Those who know how to read, raise your voices. Those who are still weak, just follow us. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. This is the longest alphabets collected together. Look at how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kaf, ha, ya, ayn, sad. But this is how we read them. Kaf, ha, ya, ayn, sad. Kaf, ha, ya, ayn, sad. Very good. Why the ha and the ya are short? Why you read them short? Why you said haya, not ha, ya? Because there is no, look at that, no mad. No mad, so that mad, that side. That is called mad. Okay? Very good. That's how we read it. Kaf, ha, ya, ayn, sad. ذكر رحمة ربك عبده زكريا. ذكر رحمة ربك عبده زكريا إذ نادى ربه نداء خفيا. إذ نادى ربه نداء خفيا قال رب إني وهن العظم مني. قال رب إني وهن العظم مني واشتعل الرأس شيبا. واشتعل الرأس شيبا. واشتعل الرأس شيبا. واشتعل الرأس شيبا. سشيبا. واشتعل الرأس شيبا. واشتعل الرأس شيبا ولم أكن بدعائك رب شقيا. ولم أكن وإني خفت الموالي من ورائي. وإني خفت الموالي من ورائي وكانت امرأتي عاقرا. mil, not min. من لدنك فهب لي من لدنك وليا يرثني ويرث من آل يعقوب واجعله رب رضيا Excellent. Let's stop here for the time being. The story of Maryam alayhi salam starts with Zakaria. It doesn't start with her. It starts with the family. That's why it's very important to pay attention to family. Anyone who insults your family has insulted you, even if he did not pointed that insult to you, because you belong to a tree. You are a branch. Your family is very important. And that's why Silatul Rahim is one of the greatest things you can ever do, is to visit family members.
Yes.
Your uncles, aunties, beside our parents, of course. We don't talk about parents. Parents, you don't visit them. Parents, they should be part of your life. Even when you marry, they should always remain part of your life and part of your plans. We're talking about uncles, aunties, cousins, nephews, nieces. Subhanallah, you are related to a family. So Zakaria alayhi salam was the first to be mentioned in Surah Maryam. Why? Because he was the one who looked after her. He raised her. So she was raised by a prophet. This is why it's very important to have good teachers in our life. Today, no more prophets. But there are, alhamdulillah, ulama. Why we don't give our children to the ulama? Why we give them to people we don't even know what religion they are? Na'udhu billah. Today there is a crisis in the Middle East, especially in the Gulf region, because the children of the mainly Arab Gulf nations are raised by maids, not by their mothers. And these maids, some of them Christians from Philippines, some of them Hindus from Sri Lanka, some of them Buddhists, some of them na'udhu billah. That's why there is a crisis in the youth. That's why drugs, haram, profanity, except those whom Allah has protected. Which is very weird for that region, because that region is the cradle of Islam. And the same thing is happening here now. Many mothers giving their daughters and sons to maids you don't even know if they are Muslims or not. And for sure, when someone doesn't have something, he cannot give it. If they don't have Islam, they are not going to give Islam to your kids. So Allah Azza wa Jal says, Kaf, Haya, Ain, Sad. Only Allah knows the meaning of this beginning of these surahs. Alif Lam Mim, Alif Lam Ra, Noon, Qaf, Sad, Kaf Haya Ain Sad, Alif Lam Ra, Mim Ra. All these, only Allah knows. Why? Because the Arabs were challenged in the greatest thing they knew, which is Arabic language. So he came up with things that if you are good at it, find out what is this. That's why there are things only Allah knows. Even in the Quran, only Allah Azza wa Jal knows. And it's a test for us, the believers, if we believe or we still, until I know what is that, otherwise I will not believe. No. Then Allah says, ذِكْرُ رَحْمَةِ رَبِّكَ عَبْدَهُ زَكَرِيَّا. We're going to mention to you, O Muhammad, the mercy of your Lord when it comes to his slave Zakaria. عَبْدَهُ Zakaria. Who is Zakaria? Zakaria, known in English as Prophet Zechariah. Zechariah is the father of John the Baptist, alayhi salam. He was lonely. For many years, he wanted a child, like Ibrahim alayhi salam. He didn't have children until he turned 80. Ibrahim alayhi salam got his first son, Ismail alayhi salam, when he was 87. And his wife, Sarah, got her first baby, Ishaq alayhi salam, at the age of 80. 87, the husband, the wife 80. And still, alhamdulillah, Allah blessed them, and she carried the baby on, and alhamdulillah, everything was fine. That's a miracle of Allah to Ibrahim. Ibrahim got married in his early 20s, but didn't have his first child until 80. So who are you to be in hurry for Allah to answer your dua right away? Who are you compared to Ibrahim? Ibrahim alayhi salam waited for 60 plus years. He has been always asking Allah for dhurriya salihah. Allah didn't give until over half a century. You ask Allah today for something, you want it tomorrow. He can do it, but He keeps you waiting, and He knows why. When Allah doesn't give you something right away, my brothers and sisters, just trust Allah. There is a lot of good in delaying it. And when He gives it to you on time, or sometimes before you even ask, it's good. It's really timely for you. The timing, Allah knows it better. Because He's Hakimun Khabir. He's wise and He knows the unseen. And He knows the seen. You and I don't know. And when you are in need of something, you run out of hikmah. Because you are too much biased. You run out of wisdom. Why sometimes you go and seek help from somebody, counselor, sheikh, listen? Because you are too much involved. He is not, she's not. They can see the thing from outside. You are too much into it. You cannot see it. So Allah Azza wa Jalla is above, muhir. He surrounds everything. So He knows everything. So Allah Azza wa Jalla said, this is a mention of the mercy of your Lord to His slave Zakaria alayhi salam. What was Zakaria's wish? His wish to have a child before he dies. Why he wanted a child? Because he didn't want to leave his wife lonely. One of the mistakes we do is we leave our wives without children. And this is the mistake of the modern ladies. I don't know what's wrong with them. They don't want to have kids. And those, subhanAllah, who want to have kids, they are dying even for one baby, but the youth, don't do the mistakes of your parents. Don't delay having children. The moment you get married, plan the first son. Why? Because the children cement the marriage also. There will be problems between you and your wives, definitely. Shaitan is not playing games. So sometimes when you look at the kids, you suffer because of the kids.
Yeah.
So don't delay. Don't say until I finish my PhD. That's my advice to you. Second, Rasulullah said, تَنَاكَحُوا تَنَاسَلُوا فَإِنِّي مُبَاهٍ بِكُمُ الْأُمَمَ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. Marry and have children and have banya kids. I would love to be proud of you on the Day of Judgment, he said. Because of the number. He says to the other prophets, look at my followers. Look how many. So why don't you make Rasulullah happy? Make Rasulullah happy. Allah will make you happy. Okay. What did he do? Look at this. إِذْ نَادَى. He kept asking Allah. He kept calling on Allah to do what? إِذْ نَادَى رَبَّهُ نِدَاءً خَفِيًّا. He was asking Allah secretly, just between him and Allah. Ya Allah, Ya Allah. He didn't want to let his wife lonely because he realized the people around him and his family were not good. They were not really good people. The Jews. They will definitely take her money if he leaves some money. You know, woman by herself. So at least if she has a son, the son will give so much comfort to to his mother, and he will be by his mother. Allah will give him a child, but he will just die shaheed and die young. So please, again, Allah may give you, but takes. He gives and then takes. Brothers here. Here, what chair? Do you have chair there? Any extra chair? No? Here is Brother Zakri, come here. No. Here. No, leave that for another sister. Here is one. So he was asking Allah secretly, in private. Ya Allah, bless me, Ya Allah. But what was his dua, sisters and brothers? And there is hikmah here in copying the prophets. He didn't ask Allah for a son. He asked Allah for son Salih. You may ask Allah for a son. Allah will give you Fir'aun. He shows you nightmare. He shows you the stars during noon. Can you see the stars during noon? You cannot, because it's too obvious. When you have bad children, you see not only the sun, you see the moon, you see everything. So never ask Allah for children. Ask Allah for Salih children. Quran Salih. That's why he was saying, Rabbi habli min as-salihin. Oh God, gift me, give me gift from your side who is Salih. Same thing, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. All the prophets of Allah never ask for children. They ask for dhurriya salih. This is the mistake of some people. Ya Allah, give me children, give me children. Ya Allah, give. You never said, give me Quran Salih. So you should beg Allah for children who are Salih. Ameen ya. Good. قال ربي إني وهن العظم مني. He said, oh God, my bones have become fragile. My bones, meaning old. You know, old people, very easy to break. Their bones are very easy to break. That's why you should be very careful when you see an elderly walking. Don't pressure them, don't sabr if they are holding the door, or because if they fall, they break a bone. I'm sure your grandparents, you see that. They just fall, they break a bone. Especially their hips. So you should be very careful. He said, my Lord, I am very old to the extent that my bones have become weak. Inni wahan al-'azmu minni. What else? وَاشْتَعَلَ الرَّأْسُ شَيْبًا. Look at that beautiful expression the Quran uses. And my hair has ignited with white hair. Ignited, like fire. My hair has become so white, Ya Allah. I used to be black everywhere. Now look. وَاشْتَعَلَ الرَّأْسُ شَيْبًا وَلَمْ أَكُمْ بِدُعَائِكَ رَبِّ شَقِيًّا. And I never stopped asking you, Ya Allah. I will keep asking. I will keep. So here is a prophet in his 80s. Look how he's talking to God. This is adab of dua. Oh Allah, I'm weak. For example, a sister will say, Ya Allah, I'm just a weak woman. Please help me. Women already weak. The brothers, Ya Allah, I am your slave. Even when you are strong and body of a bodybuilder, Ya Rab, I am nothing without you. Then Allah Azza wa Jal knows that you are humble and you humiliated yourself in front of His Majesty, so He will give you. But when you just raise, give me. Look, the way we are making dua is like we are insulting. Ya Rab, Ya Hannan, talk to him, and insist on him. So it means he has been doing this dua for many years, in secret, between him and Allah Azza wa Jalla. وإني خفت الموالي من ورائي وكانت امرأتي عاقرا فهب لي. Look at the yaqeen. Ya Allah, not only I'm a very old man, not only my hair has ignited with gray hair, not only I have not stopped making dua for you, but look, I am afraid what will happen after I'm gone. I'm afraid, Ya Allah. I'm weak, I'm takut. Admit to Allah. And my wife was barren. Yet please give me. This is yaqeen. When, look, logically it's not going to happen. There is no logic with God. There is nothing impossible with Allah. That is the yaqeen we need to have. Amazing, when I look at the dua of the Anbiya, I said, Ya Allah, this is why Allah chose them to be prophets. I said, no, it's not going to happen. Yes, Muhammad, mashallah. He misses. You miss takbir?
Yes.
We'll talk later on about takbir. And tasbih, tahleel. So, MashaAllah, here is the yaqeen, my sisters and brothers. Pay attention to this ayah. Ya Rab, everything I know, I am old. I've been asking for many years. My hair is gray. My wife is barren. And I have fear. But still, I want you to give me. This is yaqeen. Meaning. It's like, subhanAllah, sometimes we don't even try. We don't even try to say, it's too late. It's too late. It's too late for what? Oh, they already finished salat. Yeah, go to the masjid, whether they finished or not, just go. There is maybe second jama'ah. Sometimes you go there, they're still praying. But shaitan is like, it's too late. The adhan was 10 minutes ago. Just go to the masjid for the brothers. I know that they already finished. Yeah, go. Still go. Allah will reward you for going. There is a reward for going to the masjid and there is a reward of attaining jama'ah. If there is no jama'ah, the second jama'ah. If not, at least you prayed in the house of Allah. More reward than praying at home. This is mainly for the brothers. Yeah. Look, his wife is barren and he says, Ya Rab, you can give me from her. I knew you. You are powerful. You can do it. Then Allah said, okay. This is the dua. Musa alayhi salam, same thing. He saw the sea. He said, nay, Allah is with me. He will show me the way. What way? There is the sea in front of you. There is the enemy coming behind you. There is no other way. He said, he will show me the way. Allah opened the sea. With yaqeen. With yaqeen, anything can happen. Wallahi, without yaqeen, if the whole world is with you, it's not going to happen. How about that? Allah can remove a mountain in front of you if you have yaqeen. Have yaqeen in Allah. He will remove the mountain. And you pass. How about that? And people say, no, yes, it is. But we don't have the yaqeen. Rasulullah ﷺ held his best companion, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, in the cave, and he said, don't worry, la tahzan, don't be sad. Allah is with us. Now Allah is with us. They will not see us. They wouldn't see them. That's the yaqeen. Ibrahim alayhi salam catapult towards the fire. Hasbuya Allah wa ni'mal wakil, he said. Allah is enough for me and I have tawakkul on him. He falls inside the fire, he comes out alive. That is yaqeen. Have yaqeen in Allah and you will see. Trust Allah, trust God. But don't trust him with the lips. With the heart. Some of us yaqeen only here. I believe, I believe. You don't believe, you believe only here. So, yarithuni, so please, oh Allah, bless me with a child. Verily, I fear my relatives after me. I fear what they do to my wife. They may take her money, they will, because she's old and weak also, and barren, lonely. And my wife is barren. So give me from yourself an heir. Ya Allah, give me someone who will inherit me. That's all he wanted. That was the dua of Sayyidina Zakaria alayhi salam. And that should be the dua of any one of you if he doesn't have children. If you don't have children, say, Ya Rab, please, don't leave me alone. Give me child. Give me anak salih. Give me an heir. Give me someone who will inherit me. That's it. So, look what happened. Right away, the answer came. Ya Zakaria. I told you, all the prophets of Allah were called by name. For example, Ya Adam. Uskun anta wa zawjuka al-jannah. Oh Adam, you and your wife live in the garden. Ya Nuh. Ihbat minha bisalam. Oh Nuh, come down from the ark with peace. Ya Zakaria, here it is. Ya Musa. Ya Isa. Ya Dawood. Inna ja'alnaka khalifatan fil ard. All the prophets of Allah were called by name, except the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was not called Ya Muhammad, never. And that shows his position in the list of whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves. He never called him Ya Muhammad. He called him Ya Ayyuhan Nabi, Ya Ayyuhan Rasul, Ya Ayyuhan Muzammil, Ya Ayyuhan Muddathir, but never Ya Muhammad. There are 3 times in the Quran where Allah mentions Muhammad, but not calling on him, talking about him. And whenever he talks about him, he always say Muhammadun Rasulullah. He mentions this title. And one time Ahmad. Ahmad in Surah As-Saf. So 4 times the name of the Prophet ﷺ is mentioned in the Quran. Each time Allah mentions his name, he mentions his title near him. But never he called him Ya Muhammad, O Muhammad. Even Allah has respect to Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. How about you and me? We hear his name, it's heavy to say Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We just do, what is that? Say Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Each time you say Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the angels reply to you 10 times. They offer salat to you 10 times. And do this. When you have a problem, say Astaghfirullah as much as you can and say Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam as much as you can. Your problem will be solved. And you find peace and tranquility in your heart. Your problem will be solved. Offer salawat to Rasulullah and you will see. So, Ya Zakaria, Allah is calling him, Inna nubashiruk. We are giving you good news. What is it? Bighulam, with a child. Bighulam. Ismuhu Yahya. Look, the name was given by God, not by his father. Allahu Akbar. Usually, Allah gives you children, and what do you do with them? You give them names. No. We give you a son and his name. Even the name was chosen by Allah. That's why Yahya alayhi salam was named by God himself. Yahya is a very good name for boys. Yahya, which means he lives. Although he's going to die shaheed, but he lives eternally because shaheed never dies. You know that. The shaheed, when he's killed, his soul goes to the stomach of a green birds under the throne of God Azza wa Jal. They live until Yawm al-Qiyamah. The shaheed never died. Even Rasulullah ﷺ wanted to die shaheed. He said, Oh Allah, grant me shahada. That's why he fought. He went to battles. But Allah says no. Some prophets were killed. Zakaria and his son will be killed. Zakaria alayhi salam, although he was a very old man, this is why the Jews are bad. Although he was an old man and prophet of Allah, they still killed him. And his son. Why? Because his son was muslih. He was not salih. He was not just a good man. He was a reformer. He reformed society. As he became young, he started teaching people what to do, what not to do. The Jews didn't like it. Didn't like it. Especially a woman who was, na'udhu billah, a bad person. And she wanted to do haram with him, he refused. So she asked one of the generals of the Romans to offer his head as her dowry if he wants to marry with her. He said okay. So he killed him and brought his head for her on a silver platter. This is the story of Zakaria alayhi salam. The father was killed by the Jews, and Zakaria, of course the Jews plotted against him with the help of superpowers. Same old game repeated again. Today the Jews hide behind who? Very good. Before America became powerful country, World War II, British. Before, Romans. Before, Greeks. Before, parasite. They live with, like something that lives on you. So that you never forget the Jews. This is their prophet, and they killed him. Zakaria alayhi salam. لم نجعل له من قبل سميا. Oh, Zakaria, we give you the glad tidings of a son whose name will be Yahya alayhi salam, John the Baptist. We have given that name to none before him. No one was named Yahya. The first person named Yahya was Sayyidina Yahya. So even the name came from Allah. Not only a son with a name. He named it Sayyidina. But he was shocked. Now look at the reaction of Sayyidina Yahya, Sayyidina Zakaria alayhi salam. He said, قال ربي أن يكون لي غلام. He was shocked. How fast now? Subhanallah. He has been asking for years. When Allah gave him, he was shocked. These things happen. Allah, you ask. When He gives you are like, ah. Because he was like, finally it came, meaning it was too good to be true. He couldn't imagine how fast and how good it came. So Allah said to him, my Lord, he said, my Lord, how can I have a son when my wife is barren and I have reached the extreme old age? I'm already very old, man. How can I have a son? Well, mister, you have been asking. You've been asking. What do you expect when you ask Allah? He has the power to give. Now He gave you. So he was like, Ya Allah, yes, it's true. Then he said, Allah told him, قَالَ كَذَلِكَ, that's how it's happening, so it will be. Your Lord says, it is easy for me. It's so easy for Allah. So please, whatever we learned about embryology and science and when a woman can get children, and this is what we call science. Yeah? Beyond science, meta science, like physics. Metaphysics, beyond physics, there is a creator. When he wants to give you, wallahi, even if you are 10 centuries old, He will give you. And nothing will happen to your wife, who is also 10 centuries old. And the baby will be safe and the mother will feel okay and everything will be fine. So please, there is something beyond science. Today the Muslims, they're learning science as if astaghfirullah is the end of things. There is something called metaphysics. Ma wara at-tabi'a, behind nature there is something else, another world. There is another world, my brothers and sisters. It's the ghayb, the unseen. And Allah is in control. This is where Iman comes, faith comes. So Allah told him, it's easy for me. And I created you before, O Zakaria, and you were nothing. You didn't exist at all, Zakaria. And Allah brought you to this world. And so was Adam. There was no human at all. And Allah created Adam. And from him, He created his wife. Which brings me to a very interesting subject. Most of you are hearing me this for the first time. Here is the pyramid of creation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created heavens and earth. Heavens and earth. He created the malaika, angels. He created the jinn. He created animals and all that exists. Right? Then He created the humans. Look at me. The humans. Who was the first human? Are you sure? Who?
Adam.
Adam bin Noah. Adam, right? Alayhi salam. Adam is not the last creation of Allah. Adam is me and you. These are the last creation of Allah. Takbir. Adam needed who? A woman. Takbir. What's her name? Very good. Women. Women are the peak of Allah's creation. Takbir. Because Adam was unstable. Allah knew that he was what? Agitated. So he needs a wife. Allah created a wife for him. He didn't create another man, brother, to give him companionship. No, he created a female. That's why the females are the peak of Allah's creation. You see how Islam look at sisters, and look how other religions look at women? And that's why, in my humble opinion, man cannot survive without woman. He will die. If his wife dies, if he truly loves her, he will follow soon. That's why it's better for him to remarry quickly. Takbir. Which they don't like. They were fine with me until the last minute. Yes, what do you do if you die? Let your husband marry. Halas. Takbir. But ladies, subhanallah, somehow they feel relieved when the husband dies. They don't wish for him, but they say, if he dies, Allah yarham, he was good man. That's it. Human. 4 months and 8 days. Subhanallah, it's true. I can see it. Women, just look at your mother. If your father passed away, your mother can survive. And that's, subhanallah, the fight. She fights for the kids. The father has always been lonely, like me. When he was there, he loses it. He loses everything. Takbir. I don't know who amongst the ulama, I think it was Abu Hanifa, if I'm not mistaken. He buried his wife in the morning, he married in the afternoon. Hold on. My God. Alhamdulillah, at least you remember Allah. Sheikh Zoubir makes you remember. What do we mean by he married? He did not marry, he didn't marry marriage. He wrote his aqad. And then waited for a few days, then married. Meaning he did the nikah, did the aqad. You know what I mean? Pronounced his heart. One day asked, he said, I was afraid to die and marry. So all those who are unmarried, be careful. He was afraid to die, and in the books of Allah, he is unmarried. Because Rasulullah ﷺ said, do not meet Allah single. Try not to meet Allah single. Try to marry.
But it's not wrong.
Is this clear? But few days after she was in her grave, he consummated the marriage.
But Sheikh, for women, we have to wait for the exam.
Yes, that's why I told you are happy that he dies. 4 months, 10 days. Takbir. Man has no iddah, women has. Women have. Now they forgot Zakaria. Now they're going only to close, to pull the door back, please. Yes, I saw him. Who raised that? Okay. No, look at this. The peak of creation of Allah is the woman. The last thing Allah created is the woman. So she's the best. And that woman is your mother, and your wife, and your sister, and your daughter. Brothers? So why some men think they are the best? Who put those silly ideas in our minds? Western education. During colonial time. If you look at the ayahs of the Quran, it was Adam who ate from the tree. Then his wife followed him. It was not she. Like the West blames her in Christianity, in Judaism, it's Israeli stories, they came to our tafasir, where she's like insisted on him. The Quran didn't say that. The Quran says فَأَكَلَا. Both of them ate from it. But the Quran always says, be careful, O Adam, because he was responsible for his wife. She was there to give him companionship, but not to lead him. He was fully responsible for eating from the tree. SubhanAllah, I can give you many ayahs. We come back to this. The story of Adam and Eve, if they were really in paradise or not. I will shock you. They were not in paradise. Paradise, where we're going to go. They were in a place called paradise. Al-Jannah. Not the Jannah, where we're going to go, inshallah. Ameen ya. Right. So Allah Azza wa Jal said, and I created you before, and you were nothing. So this is nothing to me. قال رب اجعل لي آية. Immediately, Sayyiduna Zakaria alayhi salam said, oh my Lord, appoint for me a sign. Give me a sign. What should I do for you in this case, since you have given me good news about my wife? Pay attention to that word here. Go back to وَكَانَتِ امْرَأَتِي. Verse 5. Look at verse 5. Verse 5. And my woman was barren. He didn't say my wife. Look at me here. Imra'a in Arabic is woman. Woman. Okay? Imra'a. The word imra'a. If you want to say wife, zawja. Zawja. Zawja is wife. When a man is unhappy in his marriage, his wife is not called zawja. The Quran never used the word zawja for unhappy people. She is called woman. Because all he gets from her is her body. He doesn't get her. She has no feelings for him. And be careful. Check if your wives are really wives or just women. Takbir. When a man gets from his wife only her body, she's called his woman. When the Quran used the word zawja, it means she really loves him and he loves her. Here, the Quran used imra'a. Why? Because she was unhappy. She was always wanting a son. And that's why she was not happy in her marriage. So she was a woman. Woman of. The moment Allah gives her the good news that she became pregnant, she becomes zawja. The Quran uses the word zawja. So when you see this in the Quran, you think it's contradiction? No, no, no. Before Yahya, she was called imra'a. The moment she conceived Yahya and delivered Yahya, she became very happy and she became, meaning she really now liked her husband. Takbir. No contradiction in the Quran whatsoever. Amazingly, the wife of Sayyidina Nuh alayhi salam, also imra'a. Because she was not good woman. She was not a good wife. So Allah says, and his woman, the wife of Nuh. Same thing for Lot. His woman. They were not good women. Same thing for Asya. Asya, may Allah be pleased with her. The wife of Fir'aun. His woman. Because she was never happy with him. Although he was rich and king and this. So be careful where you put your daughters. My nasiha to you. Do you want your daughters to be zawja or to be imra'a? Don't give your daughters to any stupid guy. Serious. Give your daughters to mu'min. See him in the first row, regularly in the masjid, that's the guy. You see him first row, cinema, that's the worst guy. Takbir. Just watching movies. He's living in the... sisters, be careful if you marry anyone. Mu'min or stay like that. Mu'min or stay like that. Allah will give you a prophet in Jannatul Firdaus. Say Ameen. Ameen. May Allah save us. And don't say, Inshallah, I make him. He will make you. How about that? He will turn you into... Many sisters say, Inshallah, Sheikh, I will help him. Let him happy himself first. Careful, my sisters. Okay. So did you see the pattern of same thing with Abu Jahl, Abu Lahab? تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب ما أغنى عنه ماله وما كسب سيصلى نارا ذات لهب وزوجته or وامرأته. Bad couple. Zawja is called only for good couple. When the husband and wife are on the same page, they are called zawj wa zawja.
Completeness.
When bad couple, called imra'a. Ameen ya. May Allah make our wives very good zawajat. And may Allah make us good husbands for them. Ameen. Because where is the problem? Here or here? The problem is here. Here, not here. Here. Takbir. The problem is in us. When men behave like men, women will behave like women. Simple as this. When a man is straight, his wife cannot go wrong. Cannot. If she goes wrong, Allah will expose her. Don't worry. Like the wife of Noah and the wife of Lot alayhi salam. But if the man himself zigzags, what do you expect from the wife? Allahu Akbar. These are not our kids. طيب. I want you to pay attention to the words. Each word in the Quran means something. So the word imra'a subhanAllah was mentioned before when he was begging Allah and saying, Ya Allah, give me children. After when Allah gave him Yahya, the word is no more imra'a, the wife of Zakaria, the woman of Zakaria. She becomes the wife of Zakaria. She's happy. She is happy. Alright. And it's your right, sisters and brothers, to look for happiness. And happiness, I told you, you find it with a man or a woman who know Allah. But Sheikh, my husband prays. Prayer is not everything. What do you do with a husband, sisters, or a wife who always abuse you? Put you down. Calls you name. What do you do? Your family. You. Children do something wrong, your children. It's no more his children. But when they do good, my sons, my daughters. Takbir. Allahu Akbar. That's unfair. Okay. He said, oh Allah, make a sign for me. Give me a sign. Let me do something for you. He said, your sign is that you shall not speak to mankind for 3 nights, though having no bodily defect. Don't speak. Very difficult. Tell the sister not to speak. Allahu Akbar. Takbir. Tell sister not to speak for 1 hour. Impossible. With capital letters. The more you tell her, be quiet, blah, 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 blah. Never tell a woman who is upset, be quiet. Just say, Assalamu alaikum, I'm going to pray Salat al-Dhuhr or Salat al-Asr. But go to the masjid, don't lie. Go. I'm going to the masjid. Subhanallah. So, one of the most difficult things to do is to be quiet. Allah says to him, be quiet, be careful. The same thing to Maryam. Maryam, when she is going to get pregnant with Zakaria, with Isa alayhi salam, when she delivers the child, Allah tells her the same thing, be quiet. So there is big hikmah in being quiet, especially in receiving children. Whether you are father or mother, when you receive a child, you better be fasting on speaking. Don't talk too much. Really, there is hikmah. There is hikmah there. We will find it one day. Because why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whenever He gave a child to Zakaria alayhi salam and a child to Maryam alayhi salam, He says don't speak. So there is hikmah. Science will discover that it's very important for a pregnant woman or for a father who just turned father to be quiet. And sometimes we hurt ourselves, my brothers and sisters. We hurt ourselves. When Allah gives us children, we start talking and Instagramming their photos. No, some people who have evil eye, don't put the baby's photos on your cell phone, on your social media. Some people have evil eye. And they don't say, MashaAllah, Subhanallah, Tabarakallah. The child or the father is sick, or the mother, or one of the family. Sometimes we bring the evil eye. So just be quiet. But for 3 days. So Zakaria alayhi salam was leader of his people. So he used just to tell them what? He used what we call the language of 3 days. No, easy. For example, what is this? All of you know it. Who doesn't know this? Meaning, I want to eat, so they bring him food. They bring him water. So this is how he spoke to them for 3 days. Very difficult. And he did it. Fast for us 3 days. Fast from what? From talking. Do not speak. So he did that. فَخَرَجَ عَلَى قَوْمِهِ. He went out. He came out to his people from the mihrab, from where he used to pray. And he told them by signs to glorify Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and praise Him morning and afternoon. He told them. So he was talking to them like we talk down today to the deaf and the dumb. Subhanallah. And they realized, oh, something big happened. What was it? Good news that he has a son. Yahya alayhi salam was born, according to some ulama, just few years before Isa alayhi salam. Just few years. So he was the immediate cousin of Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam. Yahya never ate except from his hand. Whatever he does with his hand. He never drank water except from spring. Yahya alayhi salam. He goes to the spring and drinks. And he used to catch his own animals, the animals, he goes hunt them with his own hand. He never ate food from somebody else. That was his. So he grew up very pious. Very pious. He drinks only from the spring. He doesn't drink water from any other place. He goes to the spring and drinks. One night, this is how much his father raised him to fear Allah. He missed him for a few days. So he looked for him. And he was still young. Guess where he found him? He found him in a grave, digging his own grave and crying. Sleeping in his grave and crying. He told him, son, what are you doing here? He said, Dad, you taught me to always remember Akhirah. What Zakaria did, he joined him and started crying, both of them. MashaAllah. Look at this, father Salih, son Salih. Do we find our children in the grave crying? Where do you find them? Watching movie and crying with the actor or the actress. Maybe crying with Liverpool because they didn't make it to the final, or I don't know why. That's what we... Because father worse than the son. Takbir? Yes. Mother crying with? With who? Shah Rukh Khan. Yes, very good. Correct. Actually, she's crying. Why my husband is not like Shah Rukh Khan? Takbir. La ilaha illallah. Why I chose this idiot? Why I am so... La ilaha illallah. Takbir. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Now the command, look at Yahya. Now the command to Yahya. Khalas, done here. 12. Ya Yahya khudh al-kitaba biquwwah. And I tell you why Allah mentioned power. Look here. Oh Yahya, hold the scripture, the Torah. The scripture that was before. Yahya was the Torah. Hold the scripture, the Torah, with power. Why power? Why power? What does it mean, power here? Sisters, brothers, learn something. Knowledge without power, zero. If the alim is not strong, people will eat him up. People start telling him, can you shorten Salatul Isha? Can you shorten Taraweeh? If you ever do that, either I smack you so bad in front of everybody, or I will never return to you. Because what is there? What does it mean you tell someone to shorten? Who are you? As if our salat is long. Rasulullah ﷺ in one rak'ah, he used to read Yasin, the whole Yasin in one rak'ah. And to him that was very short. Long is Al-Baqarah, Ali Imran, yes. But when someone reads only one page, that's long. Allahu Akbar. 90 minutes watching your favorite soccer team is not too much. Sister, your drama, you wish it continues. And you are sad that the movie ended because you want to know especially when something was about to happen. They tell you wait for 24 hours and you wait. And by 5 o'clock you are there in front of the TV. Allahu Akbar. Because dunya. You love the dunya more than the akhirah. Never do that. Sisters, brothers, when you feel tired in any salat, just sit down or go home. Sahih, khalas. But don't tell someone, shorten the salat. Allahu Akbar. Even the salat you want to drive through. Why not drive through? Like McDonald's. You come, Allahu Akbar, drive through and then go. Your masjid SQH is also a drive-through. I mean, it's made like drive-through. Pray, Allahu Akbar. But alhamdulillah, no one dares to say. I know they did that with some people and I don't like it. Someone complained to me. But they didn't do it to me, alhamdulillah. I think they tackled. They better. Because that's not fair. Someone is leaving his family, coming and then you tell him shorten the prayer. And the prayer. What is prayer? Allahu Akbar. Salat. Salat has become a burden. Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, when he wanted to rest, he used to tell Bilal, make adhan, we want to rest. Meaning, we rest only in the salat. SubhanAllah. He found his ultimate sakina while he prays. For us, why the salat is too long? SubhanAllah. Salat al-Fajr, Surah al-Sajdah, and Surah al-Insan, too long. Once a week, we feel too long. Surah al-Sajdah long, 2.5 pages. Allahu Akbar. It means we are low in our iman. Wallahi, the first bullet fired on us by the enemies of Islam, we takot run away. With this type of, no my sisters, you're tired, sit down. Sit down, it's okay. Your back is hurting something, sit down. But don't wish for the salah to be short. Otherwise, na'udhu billah, you don't want to meet God. Because salat means what? You are with Allah. You are with God. That's what it means. Okay, that was between brackets. Oh Yahya, take the Torah with power. Allah doesn't want ulama to be weak. Because if the alim becomes weak, the sultan becomes weak. Now you know why some of our rulers don't? Because the ulama who advise them, yes, no. I tell you what to do. Up to you. You take it or not is up to you. But I tell you the truth. So when the ulama are strong, the leaders become strong. It's not the other way. وَآتَيْنَاهُ الْحُكْمَ صَبِيًّا, and we have given him wisdom while as a child. He was yet a child, but he was already, mashallah, very wise. That is Yahya alayhi salam. وَحَنَانًا مِنْ لَدُنَّا وَزَكَاةً وَكَانَ تَقِيًّا, and made him sympathetic to man as a mercy, and he was pure from sins, and he was righteous. My brothers and sisters, Yahya alayhi salam was very sympathetic. He had so much soft softness in his heart towards mankind. He was so good, so pure. He was so pure. حنانا. Hanan usually mothers give. For example, Hanan is something that the mother gives to the children. He was like a mother for his people. He was like a mother. He was so nice to them. Was a cat. He was also what? Pure from sins. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala purified him from sins. I told you a woman invited him to zina and he refused. Like Yahya, like Yusuf alayhi salam. And she never accepted that he put her down. She went after him. Now you know why you should stay away from women? Because sometimes these crazy women, na'udhu billah, who don't believe in Allah and who don't fear Allah, when you put her down, now she is going to be revengeful. So why you put yourself in the first place near her? And look at what the wife of Al-Aziz of Egypt did to Yusuf alayhi salam. She can throw him in jail, no problem. 40 years, no problem. She has no remorse. And she even bring other women who made fun of her to make them taste from the same thing. From the same thing. That's why in Islam, man on one side, women on one side. The less you interact, the better. You interact within the Sharia framework. Alhamdulillah. But you sit with a woman and promise her marriage and then she has hope in you and then you walk away. What is this? You like you're still alive. Right, women?
Yeah.
Thank you for being, at least one of you said right. The other still no, you don't play with people. That's why youth, careful. You never say to someone, promise me, until your parents allow you. Until they say, they do it on your behalf. They propose, if you are smart. Even if it doesn't work, alhamdulillah. But you play with a girl and tell her, I promise you, and then it doesn't happen. It's no joke. It's no joke. You break her heart or she breaks your heart, that's not fair. That's not fun. وَكَانَ تَقِيًّا. And he was righteous. Allah said, he was very orambar taqwa. وَبَرًّا بِوَالِدَيْهِ. He had special rahmah to his parents. He was so good to his parents. May Allah make our children like Yahya. Ameen. And beautiful towards his parents. And he was neither an arrogant person nor disobedient to Allah and his parents. He was not arrogant. There are kids who are very arrogant. And I blame the parents for that. Why? Because they made them CC. They made them soft. Not soft. They give them everything. Spoil. Don't spoil your children.
No.
Why you buy your son a Nike shoe which is I don't know how much? Why? Sheikh, he likes it. No. This is very important. But no, you don't buy it for him. Let him save and buy it by himself. Buy him sandal, enough. Buy him a watch that is very expensive. What is this? They will never understand how the money came. That's why tomorrow they will. No, my brothers and sisters, don't spoil your kids. Give them just as enough. Don't be stingy, and don't be also extravagant. Just in between. Why he has to wear a Nike? Because he saw his friends wearing that. But if the mother also and the father are very extravagant, what do you expect? What do you expect? If the father himself is wearing, I don't know what. What is that thing that you put on? Something, 10,000 ringgit. Your sonko, you wear once a year or twice in Eid, I don't know how much it is. Serious. Too much. Too much, my brothers and sisters. Careful of luxury. Let the children know. We are not against, please, don't misunderstand me. I'm not against why your son has to have the latest phone. Why not Asus, Jesus, whatever. Why it has to be the latest iPhone and never call you? You bought it for him, he never tell you where it is. You got it? Did you see? You buy them the best phone, you are the last to be called. His friends all check his phone. Friend. Dad. Or he calls you dude. Not even that. No, that's not fair. That's not fair. Don't do that to your kids. They will not appreciate. So, spoil children. Careful of, spoiling kids. Moderate. Within your means and moderate, even when you can. Now, he was so good to his parents, and he was not Jabbar and Asiya. What is Jabbar and Asiya? He was not arrogant, and he was not disobedient. Neither to Allah nor to his parents. So one way to make the children disobedient to us and to Allah is when they are spoiled in childhood. You give them. You never question. No. So from childhood, because the moment they hit teenage is quite difficult. May Allah be with you. That's all I can say. Very good. وَسَلَامٌ عَلَيْهِ يَوْمَ وُلِدَ وَيَوْمَ يَمُوتُ وَيَوْمَ يُبْعَثُ حَيًّا. Before the story of Maryam starts, Allah ends the story of Zakaria and Yahya with this. And peace be upon him, meaning Zakaria, on the day he was born, and the day he will die, and on the day he will be raised up to life again. Pay attention to the word salam. Look at the word salam in verse 15. Does it have the definite article? Here. وَسَلَامٌ. Right? This is right?
Yes.
This is Yahya. Remember this. When we talk about Isa, it's not salamun, was-salamu, wa-as-salamu. I want to come back to this. For Isa alayhi salam, Allah said wa-al-salam. Here it is the difference. Do you see it? And the peace be upon him. Here he said, and peace be upon him. There is a difference. Why for Isa said, and the peace, the peace be upon him. And for Yahya he said, and peace, and no. We will see the difference because it's coming. Remind me before we leave, I explain that if I forget. Okay? For Isa alayhi salam said, وَالسَّلَامُ عَلَيَّ يَوْمَ وُلِدْتُ وَيَوْمَ أَمُوتُ وَيَوْمَ أُبْعَثُ حَيًّا. That is Isa. For alayhi salam. For Yahya alayhi salam, Allah said, وَسَلَامٌ عَلَيْهِ. وَسَلَامٌ عَلَيْهِ. There is difference. Here is why. One will not die, will be taken up to heaven. So he has to come back for the salam to be said to him again. Because he didn't die. The first one died. Yahya died, killed. Zakaria, killed. Isa, taken by Allah. He didn't allow people to kill him. And we know why. He took him up, he's in heavens, and he comes back to kill the Antichrist. There is a huge fitna coming. May Allah never let us live until we see it. Say Ameen. It's not easy to see a man doing things of life and death and you don't believe that he is God. First day of his coming, 13,000 Persian women follow him. 13,000. He has a special power on women. 13,000 women from Persia will follow him. From Isfahan. Rasulullah said. He mesmerizes women. He impresses women. Most women are impressed with anything anyways. Takbir. Takbir. Takbir, you say it even when you disagree. Thank you, Muhammad. Say Allahu Akbar. Hold on. Only ladies. 1, 2, 3.
Allahu Akbar.
May Allah bless you. Why? Pahala, pahala. Doesn't mean you agree with Sheikh. But it's you gonna agree. Sooner or later you're gonna find out what I'm telling you is the truth. Rasulullah said 13,000 women will follow him. May Allah save us. From Isfahan. Because he uses magic. He's a magician. Huge magic.
But isn't he supposed to be ugly?
Women don't care about ugly. You have money, they follow you. Takbir. Men follow beauty. Men look for beauty. Women look for money. Not all. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah. I know how to wake up people. Alhamdulillah.
Sheikh, today you're extra funny. How come?
Huh?
Today you're extra funny.
Today?
Yeah.
Yeah, no coffee. Takbir. I am happy. When I see you happy, I'm happy. Alhamdulillah. The children didn't make me upset this morning. Takbir. Yes, Rasulullah ﷺ said, when the Antichrist, hadith sahih, when the Antichrist come, 13,000 women, and he mentioned, he said Isfahan. Isfahan we know is in Iran. But they are Jewish. Don't worry, they are not Muslim women. The Jewish women of Isfahan.
The Jewish have left.
No, they are still. They hide. It's a lie that the Jews have left every Muslim country, including Algeria. They hide. They play that role of what we call, they say when the storm comes, bend, it's okay. Bend at least. Let the storm pass. So there are many Jewish families who change their names to Arab names, to Persian names, to this, to hide. But they are really still practicing Judaism and this and that. Because they couldn't go anywhere. It's not easy for everybody to go to so-called Israel. Not everybody can go. And some of them didn't want to go. They want to stay wherever they grew up. They have better life in Isfahan, in Algeria, in Egypt, even in Saudi Arabia. Who do you think is ruling Saudi Arabia? Just look at their noses. Anyways, so, my dear sisters and brothers, he will come. He needs someone to kill him. That someone needs to be so pure. So pure, no one is purer than prophets. The only prophet who is still alive is Isa ibn Maryam. So Allah sends him down, and to prove to the world that he has never been God or son of God. That's a clear evidence. When he himself comes and says, I'm not God and I'm not son of God. I'm just his slave and messenger. And then he lives with us for 40 years and he dies. We bury him, we wash him, we do everything. To know that only God remains. No, everybody will die. Subhanallah. But he is stored. Like pause, Pause mode.
Yeah.
You're watching something and you pause, stop. His life is paused there. He will send him back. And he comes down without parachute, without anything. We see a man coming down. On his hair and on his forehead, Rasulullah ﷺ said, you see like pebbles. Of what? Of that thing that ladies love.
Diamonds.
Pearl.
Oh, pearls.
Takbir. You see on him. And he comes down. gravity. If you come from the sky, you have to fall. With nothing, he comes down. And people say, Allahu Akbar, are you Isa ibn Maryam? He says, yes. They want him to lead the prayer. He says, I cannot. Here is the proof that he says, I am follower of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I cannot lead. So he prays behind the Imam. Then he will join the Mahdi. Al-Mahdi will come, Muhammad ibn Abdullah al-Mahdi. Mahdi is his title, is not his name. His real name is Muhammad bin Abdullah, like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, same name. And from the progeny of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he will come, he will rise in Medina. But he will refuse to be given bay'ah until Mecca. He does Umrah, and at that moment a king will be killed. One of the kings will be killed. Everything is very near. Then the people are fed up with the rules and dictatorship, so they want a leader according to Khilafah, like Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman and Ali, may Allah be pleased with them. So they ask him to lead, he will lead, so he will contain the Antichrist. Because the Antichrist, by this time, he has so many followers and a lot of might and power. Mercenaries mainly. Killers, professional killers. SubhanAllah, that's why I see now companies hiring killers. They all preparation for the Antichrist. And then he will hold him. But he cannot get rid of him. Why? Because no matter what you do to that, you shoot him, he doesn't die. You put a knife inside his heart, he doesn't die. Because he is a demon in a human form. So he needs somebody very pure. That pure is Isa alayhi salam. He comes down, already smells fragrance of paradise. Of the sky, not paradise, the sky. So he comes down, he's prophet. He tells him, he comes near him, he said, look at me, enemy of Allah. He starts shouting. He cannot look at him because it hurts him. And then he comes closer to him, closer, until he smells him. How long do you stop your nose? You have to breathe. The moment he smells his fragrance, he starts melting like the salt melts inside the water, the Prophet says. He starts melting, he's demon. That is the Antichrist. May Allah save us from him. Al-Masih al-Dajjal. Al-Masih al-Dajjal. May Allah save us from him. He's a liar and he knows how to lie. And you know, when you lie to some people, a lot of people like lies and they follow you. They follow you. Okay. وَسَلَامٌ عَلَيْهِ. Peace be unto him, Yahya. On the day he was born, on the day he dies, and on the day he will be said resurrected. Yawm al-Qiyamah. Now the story of Maryam starts. So you see, we can never appreciate the story of Maryam alayhi salam and her son Isa alayhi salam if we don't understand first the family. Zakaria was her uncle, maternal uncle, the father of her mother, the brother of her mother. I repeat, Zakaria alayhi salam was the uncle of Maryam. He was the brother of the mother of Maryam. The mother of Maryam was a very pious woman. She asked Allah for a baby son. She said, Ya Rab, please give me a son. And I promise, if you give me a son, I will dedicate him for you, to serve you, to worship you, to live in the masjid, to clean the masjid for you, to make sure the masjid is clean, is tidy, the people are coming to worship you and this and that. Those days. But Allah gave her a girl, not a boy. Of course, she was like shocked, disappointed a little bit. Ya Allah, baby girl. And Allah says, وَلَيْسَ الذَّكَرُ كَالْأُنثَى. And the male is not like the female. And it will never be. But the West is convincing us that men and women are same. We are not same. Sisters, don't buy that. Yallah, same. You want to be same? Let's be same. Let's be same. Yallah. No dowry. We start with no dowry. We remove the dowry. Why man has to give you dowry? Because the brothers, their antennas went up. Takbir. Why the man has to give dowry to his wife? for marriage before he marries her. Because she is different than him. Right? That's one. Let's remove also what we call financial responsibility. Who is responsible for the other one? Financially, who looks after the other one?
Man.
The male looks after the female, even if she is rich. You have to know this, my brothers and sisters. Sisters love me for this. Okay. Yes, even if she is rich, it's the man who should spend from his money on her. Of course, a good wife, when she sees her husband struggling, without even he says, she is very intelligent. She loves Allah and she fears Allah and she loves her husband. She will add. But it's not her duty. Otherwise, Allah, if we are same, 50-50. If the rental of the house is 2,000, you pay 1,000, I pay 1,000. Groceries, 500 ringgit, 250, 250. The children go to school, we share. No. The male and the female are not the same. Big mistake. If it's the same, sisters, why is paradise under your feet and not under our feet? Also we men, fathers. Why the man came to Rasulullah ﷺ and said, O Messenger of Allah, who has right over me? He said, your mother. Then who? Your mother. Then who? Your mother. Then who? Your father. 3 for the mother, 1 for the father. Why not 2 or 50-50? You got it, sisters? This is very important. Why Rasulullah ﷺ said, if I have to give, I give the girls more. In his life, in the life. After death, already Allah gave Sharia law. There is law of inheritance. The Prophet ﷺ said, if I have to give, I will give the girls more. Because girls are weaker. They are not the same. Why they have period and we don't have? Why they carry the babies and we don't? So it's the West that put that silly, false information in our minds. That's why the man now thinks he's a woman. That's why we have many done. Serious. Serious. No, from day one you tell your son, you are not like your sister. You're different. Doesn't mean you are better. Doesn't mean she is less or she is better. No. It means you are created for a different thing. That's all. That's all, my dear brothers and sisters. So a male and a female are not the same. So she was shocked. Let's see the story. And then you will see from the Quran how much knowledge we can get, inshallah. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَاذْكُرْ فِي الْكِتَابِ مَرْيَمْ. And mention in the book, the Quran, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the story of Maryam. Please don't call her Mary. She's not Mary, she's Maryam. Mary, I feel like they have stolen 2 alphabets from her name.
Yeah.
Your name is Maryam, someone calls you Mary. Your name is Farina, someone calls you Fa. He has stolen Rina. Your name is Nur Fazila, somebody call you Nana. Your name is what? Muhammad, they call you Mo Salah. You see how much they hate Islam? Why they don't call him Muhammad Salah? His name is Muhammad. Because Muhammad too good, too obvious. That player from Liverpool. The whole world sympathized with him. Poor guy, he dislocated his shoulder. The whole ummah is dislocated. You haven't seen her. The whole ummah in Palestine is being killed. No one cares. Our youth. Oh, Liverpool. As if they want, they're going to give you a check. They don't even care. You don't know what they're going to use. They're going to use that guy to inject the Egyptians. Egyptians just now World Cup. They don't care. Even if their neighbors, Palestinians, are being killed, they will not care. Your neighbor has fire in his house. The fire will come to you sooner or later. I'm watching because I have interest. One of my team is playing. Yeah, Allah. Wallahi al-Azim, soccer has become, football has become more than drugs. If you tell me which one is more dangerous, I tell you soccer. World Cup is coming. You will see. In Russia, Takbir.
Sheikh, one of the so-called scholars, he gave a fatwa that since World Cup is coming, you don't need to fast.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Why?
Yeah.
You can practice.
Huh?
No, for the players, for the players. Tell him yes. You will see. Rasulullah ﷺ said, the first 3 people who Jahannam will ignite with, Allah will throw 3 types of people in Jahannam to start the punishment. Alim, a shaheed, and a generous person. Alim, Sheikh, Alim is good. Shaheed also good. And generous person. The Alim was giving fatwa based on his desires and actually for people to say he's Alim. So it was mentioned. Number 2, a generous person. He was giving so that people say, wow, how generous. How generous. And number 3, na'udhu billah, is the shaheed. Actually, people thought he was shaheed, but he died to be called brave. When he did that operation, where he killed many soldiers from the enemy, actually, so that people say he was brave, man. He never did it for Allah's sake. So Allah knows the niyyah. Careful, my brothers and sisters. Allah knows the intention of every one of us. That's why always istighfar. Even when you do good, follow it by astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. You give sadaqah, astaghfirullah. You, like me, I give lecture, astaghfirullah. A lot of istighfar. You coming to class, you're happy that you are in class, istighfar. You help someone, you go visit someone sick, then istighfar. Why? Because maybe you did it just for yourself. Not for Allah's sake. And Allah knows. You cannot trick Allah. Alright. وَاذْكُرْ فِي الْكِتَابِ مَرْيَمْ. Mention in the book Maryam. So the story of Maryam starts. Why? إِذِ انْتَبَذَتْ مِنْ أَهْلِهَا مَكَانًا شَرْقِيًّا. When she went east from her family, she was walking alone towards the east. In the neighborhood. In the city. Where was that city? West London or East London? North Paris. Christianity comes from where? New York. Chicago. Oh, Melbourne. I forgot. Melbourne. Is it Melbourne or the other city called Sydney? Christianity comes from where?
Palace.
Christianity, even the wrong Christianity, comes from where? Middle East. Yalla, let's see the Middle East. Is the Red Sea, Arabia, here, Mediterranean, Palestine, here is Palestine. Even Isa alayhi salam, he's going to be born now, right? He was born where? In Palestine, in Nasira, city called Nasira, Nazareth. Nazareth is in Palestine. So he's Palestinian. Palestinians, when you look at them, how do they look? Blue eyes. They are like Vikings, right? Blue eyes and yellow hair.
Blonde.
You know Sheikh Zoubir? Jesus alayhi salam was like that. Look at me now and think Isa alayhi salam. So I destroy all the pictures, the images that the West has put inside your mind. Isa alayhi salam, how does he look in any movie? White man. White beard. Long hair. He wasn't like that. His skin and blue eyes, good. His skin was just as Sheikh Zoubir. Black hair, black beard. Middle Eastern. Middle Eastern. And when was he born? In Palestine. Why I'm saying this, very important. Because to know that the so-called Christmas has nothing to do with Christianity. Christmas is in winter, right? 25th of December. Let's see, when he was born, when Isa was he born in winter or in summer? Let's see. The Quran tells us. Okay. And mentioned in the book, the story of Mary, alayha salam, when she withdrew in seclusion from her family to a place facing the east. She always wanted to look east. And we should look east. Never look west. West is, you know who, America, Europe, this. You want to follow them? Follow them. At least east there is Japan. So Bahadir was very smart when he said, let's look east. And for sure he got it from the Quran. At least the civilization of the East doesn't have what we call inheritance of enmity. There is no animosity. But the West has problem with us. They have proven, they have occupied us. Now, other than Imperial Japan, when Japan was imperial, that's it. The Muslims have never been invaded by the Chinese civilization. Those who invaded Muslims were Mongols, barbarians. But the Chinese, never. Now, they crack down on our brothers in the western part of China. What is that called? Kyrgyzstan? What is called? There is a place we don't even know. There is a big part of China in the west that they're cracking down because they're communist Chinese. They changed. But when they were Chinese, they never had problems with the Muslims. Actually, they were takut of us. When we were people of the Quran. When we became Liverpool, Real Madrid, why Zinedine Zidane left? He lives or he stays, what's your problem? He lives with Allah, what's wrong? I'm sad. Allahu Akbar. And the youth, children, why you have so much soft heart to, I don't know who? They turn off the AC. What's wrong with them? We're still here. There. All right. So she looked east. We don't know why. We will see. فَاتَّخَذَتْ مِن دُونِهِمْ حِجَابًا. She went and she put some kind of hijab. Hijab means curtain, veil. She made between her and them a veil. And she stayed. It was open now, in the open. She sat down. We sent to her our messenger. Who was the messenger? Jibril alayhi salam. He is the man in charge of taking messages to people. He came in a human form. And he didn't scare her. Unlike Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Prophet Musa, where they were really shocked. But not her, because she's not prophet. She's not to be prophet. She's just being given glad tidings. But it's not glad for her. What is it? You're going to be carrying a baby. Oh my God. Not even with marriage? What do I tell people? So to me, this is the biggest test given to a woman. To me, in my humble opinion, there is no greater test for any woman like what Allah did with Maryam alayhi salam. May Allah be pleased with her. Ameen. Imagine this woman served Allah all her life. And everybody knows how chaste she is because no man has ever touched her. She was so pious that she never left the masjid. Except seldom she goes out of the masjid. She prays in the masjid. To the extent Allah loved her so much that He sends food. Brothers and sisters, when you pray so much, your risk increase. Pray, keep praying. Sunnah, tahajjud. You will see how much your risk will grow. Because there is connection between rizq and salat. A lot of people say, Sheikh, I'm not making money like before. You don't pray. You don't pray too much. He says, yes. I pray fardu. And even fardu, you don't pray on time. Tell the truth. He says, yes, Sheikh, you're right. Then I say, go back to Allah, make tawbah. Pray your 5 daily prayers in the masjid. Don't miss the sunnah before and after. And duha. And few rak'ahs before you sleep. You will see. Your income goes so high. There is a relationship between rizq and salat. Let's see. In Surah Al-Jumu'ah, what does Allah say? O you who believe, when the call for Salat Al-Jumu'ah is done, leave everything, leave business, right? And go straight to the masjid. At the end of the ayah, Wallahu khairul raziqin. Why Allah says, and Allah is the best of the providers? Why? Because it's the ayah of salat. That's the point I'm making. Here. فخلف من بعدهم خلف أضاعوا الصلاة at the end of this surah. واتبعوا الشهوات فسوف يلقون غيا. You miss salat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes his barakah. He doesn't give. Simple as this. And if he gives you while you don't pray, it means he wants to destroy you. Sheikh, I know people, they don't pray but a lot of money. It means Allah wants to destroy them. It's istidraj. It's not good. When you see yourself sinning and Allah giving you, you are in trouble. You are actually in trouble. Say, oh, yes, hey, I have money, they promoted me. They called me Tun. They called me Tansri. They called me... wait and see. But when you see yourself, alhamdulillah, praying, and rizq, alhamdulillah, thank Allah. Thank Allah. Okay, my dear sisters and brothers. So what she did, 17, she placed a screen to screen herself from them. Why? Why screen herself from them? Because she's in public. She doesn't want, she was so pious, she doesn't want people to even look at her with hijab. Remember, she was wearing hijab. How does she look in any church?
Hijab.
Sisters, don't put your hair here, since I remember. Your hair should be always behind your head. Here. No, at home do whatever you want. Even you put it in before your face. At home, wherever you want. But when you go out, because some sisters, they put it here and put the hijab. Rasulullah has forbidden that. He said they look like, he said, a time will come, the women of my ummah will wear hijab like the hums of the camel. Subhanallah. Sadaqa Rasulullah. He's speaking the truth. So your hair, sister, when you go out here, behind your back, and do not shorten your hair like a boy. It's haram. The maximum you can cut your hair is up to your shoulder. And brothers, you cannot go beyond your shoulder. If you have to grow your hair, it's always to your hair, and big beard. This is very important. Here. Man up to here, maximum. Women cannot go less than here. Unless medical, God forbid. Medically, they want you to shave or say, that's different. You are healthy and you still want to look like a boy? No. Is this clear, inshallah? Since I mentioned the hair. Why I mentioned the hair? I forgot. Thank you. The hijab. Thank you. So subhanallah, although she was already covered, yet she screened herself from people. As she was sitting, making dhikr, a man appeared. Allahu Akbar. She taqud inside her private seclusion, khalwa. It's like in i'tikaf, Sheikh Zoubir gets a small two whatever things like this, and I am staying in my i'tikaf, somebody walks in. No, the mihrab in the masjid. This time she secluded herself. Corner. And the man just walked in. He just walked in. So she taqut. She said, look what she said. إني أعوذ بالرحمن منك إن كنت تقيا. 17. She placed a screen to screen herself from them. Then we sent to her our ruh, Angel Jibril alayhi salam, and he appeared before her in the form of a man in all respect. But man and woman, alone, secluded, she taqut. She really panicked. So she said, verily, I seek refuge with the most gracious from you, if you do fear Allah. She remembered Allah. Sisters, when you are taqut, when you are under a lot of stress, remember Allah. Here she did that. Same thing for you, brothers. Stress, you are uneasy about something. A'udhu billah, a'udhu billah, a'udhu billah, astaghfirullah, astaghfir, mention Allah. So she said, I seek refuge in Allah from you, if you are not a good person. Then he said to her, I'm not what you think. I'm not even a man. إِنَّمَا أَنَا رَسُولُ رَبِّكِ. Look what he said. He said, I am indeed the messenger of your God to you. To you. For what? Okay, messenger of Allah already, alhamdulillah. Good. But for what? To give you a child. Oh my God. To give you a child? She said, how? How can I have a child when no man has ever put his finger on my skin, let alone marry me? He said, done deal. That's it. Your God has decided and I have to do it. What did he do? He blew into her. We will see. He just did like this. Listen, it went from her sleeves inside her. And that's it. She felt pregnant. That is Isa ibn Maryam. A word. Nafkha. A blow. She said, how can I have a child when no person has ever touched me and I was not a bad woman? I never committed zina in my life. Look what she said. She said, how can I have a son when no man has touched me, nor am I an unchaste? I'm a chaste woman. How can I have a child? He said, so it will be, your Lord said. It's going to be done. That is easy for me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we wish to appoint him as a sign to mankind. Here, look, here is the mission of Isa. Many people say, how come he will come back? Here it is. Here is the ayah in front of you. Look at it. قال كذلك قال ربك هو علي عين ولنجعله آية للناس. Was Isa آية للناس? Was he sign to mankind or not yet? Not yet. Isa, when he was born, he was not to mankind. Only Bani Israel saw him. You got it? But not mankind. Mankind didn't see him yet. Here is the ayah that I am going to give you a child who will be sign for all mankind. The whole world will see him through media. CNN, Al Jazeera. You faham? Yes. What do you think? There will not be Jazeera? There will be even more than CNN. Or social media. Everybody sees it. Everybody has a phone. Oh, Jesus has come. Jesus has come down. Yes.
Sheikh, how would it be that Isa alayhi salam will break the cross and what?
When he comes down. Yeah, not yet. Come in. Yes. He's not born yet. That is when he comes back. Oh, I will speak about it. But not tonight. Not today. Tonight. Yeah, tonight in somewhere else. Like there. I'm always right, somehow. We can find solution for it. وَرَحْمَةً مِنَّا. And mercy. So mercy as what? For who? Sisters, brothers, he will be a sign to all mankind, right?
Yes.
Okay, that is when he comes down. And rahmah to who?
To us.
Yes, from the Antichrist. Because stress of Antichrist running and killing Muslims and killing here and there. So rahmah to the Muslims. Alhamdulillah. وَكَانَ أَمْرًا مَقْضِيًّا. And it has been a done deal. Meaning, khalas. Your God has decided and it's going to happen to you. You just have to be patient. فَحَمَلَتْهُ. She carried him. Oh my God. She carried him, my brothers and sisters. فَانْتَبَذَتْ بِهِ مَكَانًا قَصِيًّا. We're going to stop in 2 minutes, inshallah. And continue next week, inshallah. So, she carried him, she conceived him, and she withdrew with him right away. Sisters, she carried him right away. It's not 9 months.
Huh?
No, 9 months. You think 9 months. That's why everybody was shocked at her. You were hiding. You were just hiding your baby from us. You were hiding your baby. It's mu'jiza. It's a miracle.
So
What do you think? 9 months?
So instantly she gave birth.
Instantly. Look now. فَحَمَلَتْهُ right away. How do we know the word fa in Arabic? Fa means immediately. She conceived him. And look at another fa. Look at ayah number 22. Number 22. Start with what? Fa حملته. Verse 23. Fa. The word fa means so. So, right away, right away. Therefore, right away. What do you call it right away in Malay? Terus. Terus. Everything terus. I know terus. No blame me. I know a little Malay.
Straight away. Terus.
Cepat. You forget in Malay, huh? Okay. فأجاءها المخاض. She carried him. This one, contraction came. Right away. Because sisters, if 9 months, it means the sperm was there. Now I understand? Brothers, if 9 months, it means it was naturally done, male and female. Allahu Akbar.
We don't know Arabic.
Takbir. That's why you need Sheikh Zoubir. Okay. فأجاءها المخاض إلى جذع النخلة. When it came to her, Allahu Akbar, it came, the contractions and the pain came where? جذع النخلة. To the trunk of the palm tree. And we know, did you see? Hey, did you take a photo in front of an Arab palm tree?
Yes.
Desert palm tree? It's the strongest tree you can ever have. It's very strong, stronger than your palm trees here. Because here there is so much water, moisture. They're dry. So the pain came there, she held. And that's what, subhanAllah, midwives are telling us today. When they say to ladies, they have to hold something when they want to deliver the baby. Subhanallah. The Quran already showed us that when a woman needs to, she better hold something so that less pain. And it helps her to push the baby out. فأجاءها المخاض إلى جذع النخلة. Verse 23. And the pains of childbirth drove her to the trunk of a date palm. She said at that moment, when the pain, she never witnessed that pain. Would that I had died before this and had been forgotten and out of sight. I wish I was dead and forgotten, she said. I wish I was dead. It means she really was tested. It's not joke, it's not fun. She's worried not about the birth of the child, more about her reputation, what people would say about her, what people will say about her family. Because she knows how bad her people were. The Jews, of course, immediately they will slander you. So, her baby called her. When she delivered the baby called her. In other ayahs, it's very important to bring those ayahs here, just to tell you, while she was in pain, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gushed under her feet water. And subhanAllah, all midwives tell you they need water. The Quran said, drink from it and eat from the rutab. She shook the palm trees. Palm trees give birth to the rutab when? In summer. So he was born in summer. All this nonsense about December, he was not born in December. December is an idea to sell the products. That's all, end of the year.
Santa Claus.
So they clear the clearance. Clear the stock. No, it looks very smart. They came up with Thanksgiving. No, first the other one.
Halloween.
No, Halloween in October. End of October. Then Thanksgiving in November. Then December. So you sell 33%. 33%. You clear your stock. You bring your stock. This is the West. It has nothing to do with December. Isa ibn Maryam alayhi salam was born in summer. Because the rutab, how do we know? Because Allah says, فَهُزِّي إِلَيْكِ بِجِذْعِ النَّخْلَةِ Shake the trunk of the tree. It will let the rutab fall on you. The rutab is the softest date, meaning early. The early dates are for rutab. And early dates come in June, July. So it wasn't December. So poor people, I tell them, you got it all wrong. His birthday was not even in December. Even the Christians themselves don't agree about. Some say December, some say February. The Orthodox Russian Eastern Church in January. The Catholics and they wait for Santa Claus. Santa Claus. And we make for our children holiday. Allahu Akbar. And we say we are Muslims. La ilaha illallah. So the baby called her, the angel. In one narration, the angel called her that there is water under you and just shake. The Quran, why shake? Why not make it easy? Why not just give her a plate of all fruits? It used to, when she used to pray, remember when she was, before she conceived, Isa alayhi salam, she used to pray and Allah gives her all type of fruits. Banana, in different seasons. Allahu Akbar, all fruits. Why not send her a nice plate? Allah is so generous. All type of fruit? No. It's no more. Because she needs physical. It helps her to let the baby come out. So shaking is not because Allah doesn't want to send her. Second, the best fruit to eat when a woman is pregnant is rutab. Is date sisters. And walk, meaning exercise. To walk before the baby comes. Keep walking, walking, walking. Hey, I didn't say walk in the malls. I said walking. I said, you find every sister pregnant going to the mall. Sheikh Zoubir told us to. I didn't say to the mall. I said just walk. Like beer. Okay? So, the Quran said, and the pain of the childbirth drove her to the trunk. She said, I wish I was not even born. Then, the baby Isa alayhi salam, in one tafsir, the other tafsir, Jibril alayhi salam, cried to her from below her, saying, grieve not, your Lord has provided a water stream under you, meaning drink, there is water. Because a woman needs to clean herself. The baby came by himself. So she cuts the umbilical cord, subhanAllah, quickly. She ties him up and she cleans herself and she walks home. Now the problem, who is this? She can't lie. Who is this? Oh, daughter of Imran, sister of Imran, sister of Harun. Sister of Harun, we thought all these years you were a good woman. Oh my God. Oh my God, in kampung. Imagine in kampung that happens. In your kampung. Let's go to your kampung, wherever your kampung is. Kolas Langor, my favorite.
Get disowned.
Huh? It's a big trial. Think about it. What would people say? So that's why she was commanded to do the same thing Zachariah said. Quiet, we will defend you. No matter what you tell people. Sometimes the right thing to do is just to be quiet. Let people defend you. Umar radiallahu anhu, when he put two beautiful clothes, Sahaba said to him, why are you wearing better than us? Look at the real check and balance. The Ra'iyat asked him, why are you wearing better than us? You're our leader. He, peace be upon him, didn't get upset. He told his son, answer them. He was there sitting. He was making khutbah. He said, Abdullah, answer them. He said, that's my share. I gave to my father. 2 pieces of cloth. That's my share. My father is tall. His clothes will be like this. Pakistani. Like me here. So, he said, I gave my father to, add to, I gave my share. That's when the Ra'iyat used to watch the leader. Today, no more. You are happy with election, then you let them do whatever they want for 5 years. Watch them, even these ones. Don't sleep. You slept for 60 years already, too enough. Serious. We continue next week, inshallah. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب يا أرحم الراحمين ارحمنا. Ya Allah, make us grateful and thankful to everything you have given us. Ya Allah, make us grateful and thankful for everything you have given us. Ya Allah, make us realize we are much better than billions of humans you have created, Muslims and non-Muslims. Ya Allah, we thank you for the ni'mah of Islam, for the ni'mah of Salat al-Jama'ah, of learning, of fasting, all your ni'am, what we know and we don't know. Ya Allah, bless this community, bless these students, bless me and bless my family, bless all of us, Ya Rabbil Alamin. Ya Allah, give us barakah, give us rahmah. Ya Allah, give shifa to those who are sick. Ya Allah, give shifa to those who are sick. Ya Allah, give hidayah to those who are misguided. Ya Allah, increase us in hidayah and taqwa. Ameen, ameen, ameen. Anyone who is facing hardship, problem in his life, maybe marital life, maybe finance, maybe with boss, maybe with workers, maybe with neighbors, brothers, sisters, in-laws, may Allah remove all what you feel from your heart. Say Ameen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala